In the dense rainforest of what is now Ghana, a formidable power once rose from the sacred earth, a people forged by kinship, crowned in gold, and bound by an oath of unity. The Ashanti Empire, also spelled Ashanti, was not just a kingdom of wealth and warriors, it was a spiritual force, a living testament to African resilience, strategy, and brilliance in the face of colonization. Their story is a complex tapestry of diplomacy, warfare, and cultural endurance, a saga of proud people who dared to dream of a sovereign destiny. The origins of the Ashanti Empire trace back to the late 17th century, rooted in the Akan-speaking peoples of the Central Forest Belt of West Africa. The political structure of the Akan was initially fragmented, composed of independent city-states and clans such as the Denkaira, Akiem, and Fanti. Among them was the small but ambitious state of Kumasi, ruled by a local chief named Osei Tutu. It was under his leadership that the Ashanti identity began to crystallize. With the aid of his spiritual advisor and priest, Okomfo Anekai, Osei Tutu orchestrated a unifying vision for the Akan people. Anekai, said to possess supernatural powers, played a central role in this unification. According to oral tradition, he summoned from the heavens the golden stool, a mystical throne that embodied the soul of the Ashanti nation. The stool never touched the ground, it was believed to contain the spirit of the Ashanti people, past, present, and future. The symbolism of the golden stool was so powerful that it galvanized the previously scattered Akan factions into a single, cohesive empire, loyal to the authority of Osei Tutu, now crowned the first Asantehene, king of the Ashanti. With unity came strength. Osei Tutu began a series of military campaigns to assert Ashanti dominance. His most critical opponent was the Denkaira kingdom, once the regional powerhouse that exacted tribute from its neighbors. In a bold confrontation, the Ashanti defeated Denkaira at the Battle of Fiayas in 1701, marking the official emergence of the Ashanti Empire as a major force in the region. This victory was not merely military, it was ideological, it sent a clear message that a new power had risen from the shadows of subjugation. The Ashanti quickly established themselves as one of the most organized and militarily sophisticated societies in West Africa. The army was a formidable institution, deeply hierarchical and well-trained, composed of standing forces, scouts, and specialized units. Each regiment had its own flag and emblem, and discipline was maintained through a centralized command under the Asantehene. Warfare was not only a means of expansion but a sacred duty, sanctioned by ancestors and the spiritual authority of the Golden Stool. The Ashanti economy flourished on gold, kola nuts, and later, trade in firearms and slaves. Kumasi became a vibrant urban capital, a hub of culture, diplomacy, and commerce, adorned with palaces, temples, and marketplaces. The Ashanti crafted intricate gold jewelry, rich textiles such as Kent cloth, and ceremonial regalia that spoke to their royal prestige. Their administrative structure was deeply advanced for its time. A council of elders, provincial chiefs, and the Asantehene governed through a balanced system of power, justice, and accountability. The Ashanti legal system was based on customary law and included rights for both men and women, who could own property and represent themselves in court. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, the Ashanti expanded their influence through both diplomacy and warfare. They engaged in complex relationships with European traders along the coast, primarily the British, Dutch, and Portuguese, who were interested in acquiring gold and enslaved labor. The Ashanti played these powers against each other, maintaining advantageous terms for their trade, while carefully managing their inland sovereignty. Yet, this interaction with Europeans planted the seeds of eventual conflict. British interest in the Gold Coast increasingly clashed with Ashanti efforts to control trade routes and assert dominance over southern territories. The first major coalition occurred in 1824, during the First Anglo-Ashanti War. The Ashanti, under Asantehene Osei Bonsu and later Osei Yoakoto, moved to reassert control over southern vassals, but their expansion triggered British retaliation. In the infamous Battle of Nsamanko, British Governor Sir Charles Makati was defeated and beheaded, his skull turned into a war trophy by the Ashanti, a symbol of their defiance. Though the British would retaliate, they realized the Ashanti were not a force to be easily subdued. For decades, a tense stalemate continued. British forces attempted several punitive expeditions into the Ashanti heartland, suffering from guerrilla tactics, tropical diseases, and logistical failures. The Ashanti remained fiercely independent, even as their coastal access diminished. In the 1870s, a new wave of British imperialism, now more aggressive and strategically motivated by the